Good evening and welcome back to our evening readings of Sri Aurobindo Savitri. We are broadcasting Canto 8, The World of Falsehood, the Mother of Evil and the Sons of Darkness. We are through verses 25 through 30. As shadow substance into emptiness came, dim forms were born in the unthinking void, and eddies met and made an adverse space, in whose black folds being imagined held. His eyes, piercing the triple-lighted gloom, identified their sight with its blind stare. Accustomed to the unnatural dark, they saw unreality made real, unconscious night, a violent, fierce and formidable world, an ancient womb of huge calamitous dreams, coiled like a larva in the obscurity that keeps it from the spear points of heaven's stars. It was the gate of a false infinite, an eternity of disastrous absolutes, an immense negation of spiritual things. All once self-luminous in the spirit sphere, turned now into their own dark contraries, being collapsed into a pointless void that yet was the zero parent of the worlds. Inconscience, swallowing up the cosmic mind, produced a universe from its lethal sleep, bliss into black coma, fallen, insensible, coiled back to itself and God's eternal joy, through a false poignant figure of grief and pain, still dolorously nailed upon a cross, fixed in the soil of a dumb insentient world, where birth was a pang, and death an agony, lest all too soon should change again to bliss. Thought sat a priestess of perversity on her black tripod of the Trion snake, reading by opposite signs the eternal script, a sorceress reversing life's god frame, in darkling azures with evil eyes for lamps, and fatal voices chanting from the apse, in strange, infernal, dim basilicas, intoning the magic of the unholy word. The ominous, profound initiate performed the ritual of her mysteries. Their suffering was nature's daily food, alluring to the anguished heart and flesh, and torture was the formula of delight. Pain mimicked the celestial ecstasy. Their good, a faithless guardian of God, watered with virtue the world's superstream, and careful of the outward word and act, engrafted his hypocrite blooms on native air. All high things served their neither opposite. The forms of gods sustained the demon cult. Heaven's face became a mask and snare of hell. There in the heart of the phenomenon, in an enormous action's written core, he saw a shape illimitable and vague, sitting on death, who swallows all things born. A chill, fixed face with dire and motionless eye, her dreadful trident in her shadowy hand. Outstretched, she pierced all creatures with one fate. There, good, a faithless gardener of God, watered with virtue the world's upper street, and, careful of the outward word and act, engrafted his hypocrite blooms on native ill. All high things serve their neither opposite. The forms of gods sustained the demon cult. Heaven's face became a mask and snare of hell. There in the heart of vain phenomenon, in an enormous action's written core, he saw a ship illimitable and vague, sitting on death, who swallows all things born.